Alright guys, I am out here with the TENG Mini. Now this is the one that looks like a Mavic Mini, but it's not. Okay, so you know, I flew it up at the pool when the pool was empty, and it didn't fly too good up there at the pool. Every time it would go over the empty pool surface, that white, it would kind of act a little stupid. So we're gonna try to fly it outside here just to see if that optical flow sensor will act normal outside instead of on that, you know, that reflective white bright surface. I think it might have been playing little tricks on it, but we're gonna fly it out here for a little bit and see how it acts. All right, let's get flying this thing and see if it'll fly any better out here than it did up at the pool. Let me start the video. Hopefully the video's recording, right? Yes, it does not seem to be hopping around. They put it in the second rate. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be hopping around like it did with looking at that shiny white surface of the pool. It's not dancing around as much. All right, let me try to hold it still here a little bit so I could shoot some kind of video. We'll see how the video looks. That's the thing about these things, holding them still. Okay. It's hovering pretty good. I'm not sure what this button over here does. Let me bring this down a little bit to a safe area so I can read what this button says right here. Press. I'm not sure what that says. I have to look in the manual. It's flashing. Oh, it's headless mode or something. Forget that. Okay, we'll get rid of that. That just confused me. Okay, that's all that'll do. Yeah, it's definitely flying a lot better outside, and it's pretty stable. You see how it's kind of just like holding right there. It's not really moving around a lot. There's a lot of jello in the video, but that's, you know, that's to be expected. You know, it's a toy. It's a toy quadcopter. Okay, this, you know, David Grima from Australia, Perth West Oz RC, he mentioned that this thing flies like the Eachine E58, and it does. You know, he said he's right about that. It kind of steers and kind of handles the same way, you know. And there's not much difference in the way these things fly, to be honest with you. I'm gonna land it real quick like. because I want to recalibrate the level. It doesn't turn real fast. You know, the turns are a little bit slow. I prefer the turns to be a little crisper. You see how slow and lumbering the turns are? That could get a little troublesome if you're starting to run up on something and you're like, oh no, I need to make a quick turn to avoid something. You might not make it, okay? But it's definitely flying better than it did up at the pool, no doubt. I mean, I don't know what kind of range this thing has. You know, it's probably in the, it's probably in the 300 feet range. That would be my guess. I mean, I'm not going to try it here because I don't want to lose the bind and have it go into somebody's car. You know what I mean? And if I was going to do it, I sure as heck would turn the Wi-Fi off. That would be my first deal. If I was going to do any kind of range test out here with these cars around, I would definitely turn off the Wi-Fi. Because the Wi-Fi, for sure as hell, is going to cause you some grief. But look, it's very stable. I mean, it will just sit there. So the optical flow sensor actually works pretty well on this thing. See how it jumped around? So you know it actually works, unlike the Xeno 2. Okay, when you rub your hand under it, it's supposed to react to your hand being placed under, under the optical flow sensor. You see how it dances right there? Dancing. You could just steer it with that, with your hand, just by rubbing it back and forth under the optical flow sensor. Now the Xeno 2, from what I understand, does not react to your hand being underneath there. So maybe that optical flow sensor is basically fake. So we'll see. I don't think I was able to figure out how to turn off those joysticks on this thing. But yeah, this thing was okay. I mean, but it did fly a lot better outside here than it did inside. So I'm going to cut the video here, so at least we'll have a couple of minutes of video. It doesn't have any telemetry or anything like that, so here, I'll take a couple pictures. I'll put a, oh, okay. Okay, some German dude kept a boulder in his yard. I don't know what that said, something like that. Let me take a picture. Okay, so it kept the picture up on the screen. That was pretty cool. Uh-oh. There goes the battery warning. Let me take another picture of the trees. All right. So we'll bring her on in. All right, there you go. The TENG Mini Outdoor Test. Yay! All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a nice day.